Look, I think there's tremendous excitement about where this season is going to be taking us. Last year we had really the best season in program history. 2 seed in the conference, home playoff games, winning record. And this has been a program that's been building year in and year out, and just every year getting a little bit better. And last year we did and accomplished what we did with a lot of adversity. We were the only team in our conference not to have a single fall practice. We weren't able to commit to the weight room the way we did this off season. And with a new coaching staff and kind of a modified preseason, we really had to install a lot in a very short amount of time. And so this year we come back, and those guys have been grinding all off season in the weight room. Guys have been putting on good weight, have been getting more explosive, stronger, bigger, better. We had a full fall to reinforce concepts, to tweak and to improve, and we return a lot of really talented players this year. A first-team all-conference goalie, a first-team all-conference midfielder in Westport, a first-team all-conference and Rookie of the Year left-handed attackman, a second-team all-conference defender. We bring back a lot of returners. The guys have been working their tails off. We were the 2 seed in the conference last year. And so with a year of continuity and a little bit more of a normal year, I think the guys are chomping at the bit to get ready and really looking for an exciting year. Certainly some new faces to add to the program, to an already really talented team. I think that Dalton Moyer has stepped in and is going to be a really good defensive midfielder for us this year. An athlete, a tough kid from Berks County who's stepping into a different role, going from LSM to defensive midfield, but we think he's going to make a nice little impact. Colin Mclaughlin for us is a first-year attackman, two-handed, slick, going to play a little attack, going to play a little bit of midfield, but just a tremendous passer and tremendous asset. Landon Hijack in our midfield is going to be just a different level of bouncy and explosive. He's going to be a really talented player, both offensively, but helping us in our ride. Andrew Borum, has been hampered a little bit with injury this fall and preseason, but he shows flashes of brilliance we're really excited about. Jonathan Oberholzer is a big left-handed attackman, a goal scorer, and a guy we think has a ton of potential moving forward. Cole Dexter, while it's going to be more of a backup role this year, has stepped in, and he's just a very talented goalie, throws great outlets, is a great leader in a lot of different ways. Brock Fantasi is a guy we're really excited about, a big lefty, tough kid, played at Kennett last year, has played in a lot of big lacrosse games. They were in the state championship last year. We're excited to see where he takes things. Gavin Lacy is a wonderful, hardworking young man. He's done tremendous work in the classroom, but also really applied himself in the weight room, and he's going to be an incoming pole for us who we think has a lot of potential as well. Brian Edson comes out of a really strong program on Long Island in Ward Melville. He really took his off-season very, very seriously, and his stick skills and his ability to throw checks just make him a different piece, and so we're excited to see where he could potentially fit in. Dominguez is going to be an incoming BOGO for us, and this year he's just is a guy who could make an impact pretty quickly. He's scrappy, he's talented, and I think he's only scratched the surface of where he could really take this thing. Mann is a freshman LSM for us. He's a kid who's got a really high motor. He's going to fit really well into how we like to do things in the middle of the field. He's very talented off the ground. He's going to be able to hunt guys down in our 10-man. He's got a great stick for the way we like to play transition and push the ball. We think he can make an impact there, and he's going to be a nice piece for us as well. In terms of the conference, I think it's going to be a really, really good year. A lot of talented programs out there. Stevens is very, very good. I think I've seen rankings where they've been as high as 11th in the country. They won the conference last year. Now last year I think they had some really special players that aren't going to be with them this year. They had a first-team All-American left-handed attackman that is graduated. They had a first-team All-American defensive midfielder who's graduated, and a third-team All-American graduate student at the defense has graduated. So they always have talent. They usually reload. But while they're ranked really high right now, I think they're going to have some different faces, and that gives us some opportunity potentially. I think it's going to be a dogfight for that next grouping of teams. Last year we were the 2 seed, and I think we fell short of our goals in the semifinals versus Misericordia, and they've got a really talented program that's been doing it for a long time, and so I think Misericordia's going to have a good run at it. DeSales is a very good team. We lost to them by 2 in a game where we were up in the first quarter, tied at half, and ended up losing by 2. But we're missing our all-time leading point scorer in Chloe Mascara. We're missing first-line midfielder and senior captain in JP Schaber, and some really talented players. And so I think this year it's going to be Stevens is who we're chasing down. We're preseason ranked 4th, but last year we beat Miz, lost to DeSales. Both were good games, and I think it's going to be a real mix of who's going to be 2, 3, 4, chasing down Stevens. And while the conference ranked us as the 4 seed, I think Hungry Dogs run faster, and we like fighting from behind. And other than that, I think Del Val is always tough and mean and gritty, and going to be Wilkes, FDU, and Kings, who were kind of the 7, 8, 9 last year, and I think it'll be interesting to see how they change or what they do to improve this season. In terms of expectations for the season, I think this year for us, we're really focusing a little more inward than outward. Obviously our goal every year is to be the best program in the country. And that means, winning the conference, going to the NCAA tournament, being a nationally ranked program, trying to compete for Memorial Day weekend, right? But if you boil the expectations of getting to a championship, you boil it back, and how do you get to a championship? Well, you got to win games. Well, how do you win games? You come to practice every day, and you work your tail off to practice. And so, our focus right now isn't on winning the conference or going to the tournament. And while those are our macro goals and things we'd love to do, right now we're focused a lot on ourselves, right? Continuing to build this thing, and we've got something special here. And so our expectation is to love each other, to be really good teammates, to create good camaraderie, to come to practice every day with our work boots and our hard hat, and to come in and to work hard and to love each other, have a tremendous amount of fun. And if we do those things every single day, we're going to be a scary team to play in the conference playoffs. We're going to be a scary team to play in potentially the NCAA tournament, and the goal for us is to be in that conference championship, to win that conference championship, and to compete at the highest level.